Hi there. I'm Pam Drzwicki, owner of Powerful Purpose, and I am so excited to be here today with Liz. Liz is part of my Platinum Client Series that we've been working together on a few items, and I'm really, really honored for her to be one of my clients. And when we started working together, she's seen so many different shifts inside of her business and inside of her life that she just wanted to come on and help me let other people know what transformations we could work and make together. So Liz, please, can you let us know exactly those shifts that you've had inside your business?
Yeah, absolutely. But I want to dial it back a notch. So the way that Pam and I connected is on LinkedIn. I think she
Yes.
reached out to me. And, as the founder and CEO of Selling with Service, everything that happens from the point of contact on, I'm scrutinizing and I'm judging fairly or unfairly. But we operate in the fullest integrity. So I don't let anyone into my wheelhouse who doesn't do that either. And she reached out to connect. And a lot of times those are bait and switch calls. We got on the phone and we literally just connected and had a great conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to hear her background and how her brain works. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. Drop this one in my lap. So it was like a perfect kind of scenario, I think, for Pam, because she's like just doing her outreach and just doing her thing. And then by the end of the call, I'm like, it's okay. So how would I hypothetically maybe possibly work with you? It was great. It was great. So it was total integrity. And then, we just really hit the ground running. So what I heard and where we started working together is that, Pam's experience is as a COO for, 20 some odd years. And I'm the CEO of my business and I'm the strategist and I'm the face and I'm the doer of all things, not anymore. And Pam, in a lot of ways, is that perfect right-hand person that you're missing, but she's not the doer. And I don't need to offload everything. I need someone who thinks like that to be able to help me identify the things I can't see within my business. And I don't know about anybody watching this, but I'm 8 years in to my company, Selling with Service, shameless plug. Gotta do what you gotta do.
You do.
Yeah, I'm 8 years in and I'm known in some circles and it's really hard to lift up your skirt to show somebody what's underneath when you've got this veil of like, it's all perfect. It's not, it's never all perfect.
So
but it's
true.
so easy with Pam to be able to kind of, this is the real, this is what's going on. And there was never any shame or judgment or anything around anything. It was just like, okay, cool. So let's, shift. There were, two main results that we've achieved in the relatively short time that we've been playing together.
Yeah, we've only been playing together a few months at this point, right? I would say.
Yep. Yep. And there's been two main things that came out of it. One is kind of what started our working together was that I knew I needed to bring on somebody to start helping with some of the doing within my work. But I also knew I couldn't. I'm a former recruiter. I do hiring for other clients. Cobblers, kids have no shoes,
Exactly.
I knew I could not create this job spec in my head. I knew I could not hire this person on my own. And hearing what Pam had done in her past, I was like, you know what, maybe this is where we could start. And working with Pam to develop that position. And, she asked me some questions around, she's got her process around what that needs to look like, setting the intention. And I thought maybe it had to look like this or it should look like this. And she would just help me to really look at things very differently. I actually hired my executive assistant 1 month ahead of schedule. I know.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. And it's been, such a breath of fresh air. She couldn't be the more perfect person. So I put out the parameters of what I'm looking for. And again, it was just like, thank you. She appeared. It was awesome. And then the second really big thing that worked, the really big result that we've achieved so far is, doesn't matter how long you're in business, you're going to hit hiccups and bumps and all that other stuff. And we go down the shame circle and we do all of that. And your brain asks the business questions around it. And what we identified is that I was challenged in going down a road that I felt like I had gone down before and it didn't work. And I'm like, why am I going back down this road again? It didn't work before. Mm-hmm. And what Pam really helped me to see is that when we looked at the numbers of it, which is what a COO person wants to know, it worked. It worked really well. What didn't work is I had a very toxic ex. And yeah.
Yes. And I understand that. And I think that's one of our connections that we had, having that and still being successful
through it,
through all of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And yeah. And you understood that. You could hear it, you could pull it out, and you could say that, it's not that it didn't work, it's that he didn't work. And that situation, and I had to write down the phrase, but you live your life on purpose, not driven by circumstance. And that was a circumstance. I had a cancerous circumstance in my life that was affecting everything. And that situation caused some negative, less than desirable consequences in my business. But the business work still worked. And if you remove the toxicity, like, look at what I accomplished. Like, I never looked at this before. I've written the entire business off to a failure. It didn't work. I lost years of my life. Well, I'm not dramatic. What was that? And if I look at, you help me to see that, look at the numbers and look at the growth over growth over growth.
And it was amazing when you started sharing that growth, those numbers with me. And then I stepped back and said, okay, Liz, why did we stop doing this? Because it was really great. And that's when we came, that it was the circumstances that really had stopped. Yeah. And learning how to take control over the things we could control is so important when we're dealing with really strenuous circumstances in our lives and still showing up as successful business women, professional women, and have this mask like everything is great. Here we are. And it's nice when we get to work with people and I get to work with somebody that truly has that feeling that they know that it's like you said, you were feeling vulnerable enough with me to share this information. And because of that, we're able to unfold this stuff that you could go ahead and use again because it was successful. Yeah. And it wasn't the business.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
I was building, I was attempting to build a foundation on, with frenetic energy. Right. And I'm all for integrity and authenticity. And while I would always show up professionally and that, and always have my game face on, mm-hmm. You can't walk around with your wounds on, you can't walk around with that.
Especially in what we do.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we're professional women. So there's going to be stuff going on in the background that we can't talk about everything, but it really helped me to separate the two, to say the business was a success in spite of this huge, right. Personal toxicity. So now that I took about 18 months to go into hibernation to kind of clean up, and that's its own stuff to come out. And now I'm growing right. And you're helping me to do that. And I think, one of the main benefits of working with you is that, I've been in this internet coaching space for, upwards of 10 years now at this point. Right. And I've, been under the big gurus and the this, that, and the other, and all the conferences and everything else. And there's a lot of content out there that is really valuable. But what I get from working with you that you're not going to get from somebody else is that you are actually in the trenches doing it.
Mhm.
You were hands-on supporting somebody else doing it. You built a business with and for someone else.
Mhm.
You've been a student now of the internet marketing space for some time, so you understand it. You're growing your business that lane. So you're accessible, you're really wicked smart,
You.
and of course, and it's and you get it from a human component. So I get to have the business conversation with you, and then you're like, but let's, it's like you ground the conversation quickly. So it's I haven't found anyone yet that either they're a little too life coachy. Well, let's talk about your feelings. I'm like, I don't have those. Moving next. I don't do that. Next. So you're like, okay, it didn't work. Acknowledge, and now let's move forward into the business side.
Mhm.
So it's like for me, it's a perfect combination of, I get it. We're gonna say soft words, but we're gonna move it to business quickly because that's what you need.
Mhm.
And every phone call is, what are my next action steps? And I know very clearly like what it is that I need to do. And now I have my assistant to help me.
Yay! Every time I get off our call together, I'm just energized by your energy. So it's I feed off of it. And when I work with my clients, especially clients that are in that platinum form of my business, because we relate so well, it moves me to see the action, and it just fills my heart saying, wow, that is amazing. So I really appreciate you for believing in me to start this relationship that we started together.
Yeah.
And I'm truly enjoying this. And in such a short period of time, seeing it move is just so energetic. It
Yep.
really, really is. So I
Yeah.
thank you for that.
This has been huge. It's been huge for me. And that's why, we wanted to kind of put this recording together, because
Yeah.
it's important for others to see, I stepped into my power and I have the right support in Pam getting me too. So it's two powerhouses coming together. So it's just explosive. It's not like one pulling the other, and, it's two healthy beings coming together, that really can explore. And that's, the power of your platinum program is really having the accessibility, having the hands-on, the kind of 911 access if needed, and the text, sending you the really excited text, like when
I know, I love that.
yeah. So I mean,
it.
that's like one of the the perks of working with you at the platinum level is that accessibility, because we accomplish huge big things in the calls, but it's really the magic that happens in between and the fear that creeps up in between, and to know that you're an unapologetic lifeline away is just really significant.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I thank you for saying so. And if people wanted to reach out to you to learn more about your business, how do they do that? Because this is what it's all about, helping each other grow their practices, right? So I would love for you to go ahead and let people know how they could get in touch with you.
Yeah. So, I mean, sellingwithservice.com is the website, and then they can jump right on my calendar directly at callwithliz.com. And I'm more than happy just to extrovert, have a conversation, talk about how wonderful Pam is. And, Pam and I think really work. I mean, obviously we work well together, but I could also see us playing with a client really well together, because, where my genius lies is, my signature program, Close Clients Quickly. And then now you're going to get all these clients, and Pam's going to help you figure out, what do we do with the innards of the business and how do we really make it operational and profitable?
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yep.
And that's what it's all about, is working together and building together.
Yep.
Liz, this is absolutely wonderful. And I am so excited. And thank you so much for taking the time and jumping on and sharing all your exciting news. And I enjoy working with you, obviously, as much as you enjoy working with me. And that's
Love
a
it.
beautiful thing.
Yay, teamwork.
Yay. Thank you again, everybody, for just tuning in for a little bit. And if you need anything from me, you can reach out to me at pam@powerful-purpose.com. I'm here for you. Great. Have a super day.